Good morning, I'm Lane from lonecone.com, and before we took a look at some of the other Helle knives, I wanted to show you mine that I own and talk a little bit about what the company is all about. I say Helle, and I think it's pronounced Helle or Hella in Norwegian. And Helle is a Norwegian knife maker that's been making a very distinctive style of knife, very much in the traditional Scandinavian style since 1932. And I own these. This is my Harding and this is my Viking knife. And what you get when you get a Helle knife is you get a cool cylindrical carrying case or a storage case. I really like that. Kind of keep them for various things. You get this cleaning cloth that comes with it, and you get a little book that talks about Helle and the company and kind of what to expect. And one of the unique things about them and their claim to fame is their triple laminated blades. And so what they do is they sandwich a layer of high alloy hard steel, high carbon steel in the center. I can show you that with my Harding here. And they sandwich it between two softer layers of stainless steel. And they come in these slats that they then can machine into the blade. And what that does is it provides a really hard, durable edge, a diamond edge on the Scandi grind, sandwiched between two softer, more forgiving layers of steel that will protect the blade and allow it to do more work. But when you look up close at these blades, they're incredibly sharp right out of the tube. Most of the Helle knives are a stick tang or a pole tang, rat tail tang. I've heard different terms. You can see that in the pommel of the knife. This is the Viking. There's a couple partial tang models in the Helle family, like the Temagami. We got a review on that. You should check it out. But there's a functional reason for that. And I know in the United States we do have kind of a preference for full tang knives. We just see that as making the blade stronger for outdoor work and bushcrafting and such. And the Norwegians, I think, have a functional response to that. And it's just that they work in very cold climates. And they hunt and they fish. And they use these knives and have designed these knives for those purposes. You know, cold steel makes cold hands. And so they have preferred over time a strong, well-made stick tang knife with a beautiful handle to insulate you a little bit from that cold steel. That's their functional response, I think, to the full tang knife. All of my Helle knives have come with very precise grinds, excellent finishes, a lot of detail and craftsmanship in the handles and the blades. I wanted to show you the tip of the Viking. It's pretty much perfect. I've been very pleased, and I think you will be too. Let's take a look at the Helle GT.
So here's the Helle GT, and you can see here now we've got a finger guard. Okay, for those of you who want the leverage, you want the reference point and the feel of that guard. And it's made out of aluminum. It's got a leather inlay here, and then the curly birch. And I wonder out loud if you can make a hatchet handle out of curly birch. It's gorgeous. It really is. It's probably too soft. Probably won't happen. I'm probably an idiot. That's fine. One can dream. But, just to comment on the style of Helle knives and where they're going, if you're familiar with YouTube videos and you watch a lot of them, and I'm guessing if you come to this review, you probably watched several YouTube videos about it, and you know there's this debate about what's the greatest knife for different applications. And in the United States, we're definitely influenced by bushcrafting and the bushcraft phenomenon, which I love. I love the way it's going, and I love the passion behind it, and just getting back to skills and getting back to simple camping and self-reliance is great. But I'm going to go out on a limb and maybe start a debate about Helle knives that they really don't wrap themselves around the axle about becoming a bushcrafting company. It's just not their style. It's not their history. They come from a different part of the world. They use these knives every day. They're made from experience and from the applications that they are familiar with and are traditional to them. So many of the craftsmen at Helle will go home to a small farm at night, literally, and they grind and polish blades all day, and then go home and then clean an animal and butcher meat and do the things that they do, and they make knives for those applications, and they're quite beautiful. So it's not a full tang knife, and I wouldn't do a lot of batoning with it. If you want to do that, there's lots of options for you, but a great working knife. And I don't know what to say about the feel of it, the weight of it. It's very important. I know if you're a knife person, every knife feels different. And the weight here, they're very light. I think they're you know, the balance is excellent, and it just feels good in your hand. The smooth old world craftsmanship and an old world style.